Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here. Welcome to the big show here, traveling with Bruce, live from Amsterdam. And I want to show you something here right now. Come with me. I'm going to grab this computer and you come with me right now inside this room here. We're going to take a look at the outside of this window. It's raining here in Amsterdam. I don't know if you can see that. Here we go. And you can see across the way here, we have a canal here. And over there, I don't know if you can see in the distance, I'm not sure if you can catch that, but there is the railway station over there. There's a train heading out of town right now, or wherever it's going. Not sure if you can make that out. And we have a kind of a pagoda, kind of a restaurant across the way over there. And then over here, you can sort of see a little more of Amsterdam. I hope museum out there. It's raining out. It was a sunny morning this morning when we started the day, but it's turned rainy. And what can I say? It is what it is. Rain in Amsterdam. There we go. I'm just making sure everything is plugged in okay. Hope you don't mind how dark it is here. It's not me. It's the environment. Got a couple of sorry about that. I hit a button here by accident. So I'm just trying to get the rain off the computer here. Anyway, we're in Amsterdam. Jennifer and I are in Amsterdam, and we left Edinburgh yesterday, and we have a siren going outside. We have the window open just to get some cool air into this hotel. We arrived last night at midnight, having taken the Eurostar train from London to Amsterdam. Fantastic ride. I was just mentioning to the folks on the sponsor member hangout show for sponsor members, just talking to them about how we've been traveling here now from London to Edinburgh, Edinburgh back to London, and now London to Amsterdam. And we're using the Eurorail Pass. And I know that over the years, some of you have run into this in the past, or you've thought about it, or some of you have heard about this pass, especially if you're younger, if you're out of college or taking a gap year before you go back to school or go on to university. Jennifer and I, we grabbed this pass right here. This is mine. It's all on a mobile app now, and it says here, "Have a good trip, Bruce. Eurorail Global Pass." We have a 15-day pass in a 2-month window, and I'm a senior, and it's a first-class pass. And so far, we've used 2 days of our 15 days. I've only booked 4 or 5 days of travel so far. But I got to tell you, so far, so good. We're very happy with how this is working out. I would recommend that if you are thinking of traveling Europe, you take a look at these Eurorail passes, and then you kind of schedule for yourself what kind of a holiday you want to take. Now, in our case, we're in Europe for almost 70 days. And so that's an anomaly. I mean, most people don't do that. But as you know, I'm working while I'm on this trip. But it worked. This is working for us. We took the first day's trip up to Edinburgh last week, and that was about $100 US train fare, roughly. I know we could have got it cheaper had we booked months in advance. Had we booked through British Rail as seniors, there's all kinds of ways we could have saved, but we didn't know which train we were taking until really a few days before we went. And with the Eurorail Pass, it didn't matter. That was the best part about it. And we then, yesterday, we did 2 train trips in 1 day, which were covered under this pass as a 1-day only usage. And so going from Edinburgh to London and then London to Amsterdam, 2 train rides. That means we've now used up 2 of our 15 days of travel. But I already know that the train ride from London to Edinburgh, Edinburgh back to London, and London here to Amsterdam under the channel, the English Channel, using the Eurostar train, all first class, 400 to 450 American dollars, easy. We would have spent had we just bought these tickets easily. We paid $650 for 15 days of travel. We've used 2 now, and we've already got $400 to $450 out of this pass. So we have 13 days to get $200 out of these passes to make him pay. This is not going to be a problem at all. We already know we're leaving here for Dortmund on Friday, and we're leaving on Monday to Hamburg, and then we're leaving a couple days later to Berlin, and then the week after that we're into Munich, then to Vienna, then to Zurich. By the time we finish these 15 days of travel, I'm going to bet you we're going to be upwards of $1,200 to $1,500 of travel each for a $650 price. First class travel in a train in Europe, yeah, it's worth it. Gotta tell you though, you want to know the secret to success in traveling? This has been a huge revelation for the 2 of us. We had no idea, but Jennifer, because of her bad hip, that she has a walking stick, she can only go a certain distance, and she has to stop and rest. She's in line for a hip operation, but it'll be another 1.5 years before she's in the front of the line. But in any event, when we got to London yesterday at St. Pancras Station, we saw the lineup to go to get on the Eurostar train. Now, we had about a 3.5 to 4 hour window between train rides. We had this big gap. So we just hung out in Pancras Station. We found an area to sit in. We were sitting down with our bags. We rested. But I went to the check-in area, and I noticed that even 4 hours before our train was going to go anywhere, there were 1,000 people in line waiting to clear the security machines to get into the staging area to catch these Eurostar trains, because they are leaving every 30, 35 minutes, going to Paris, going to Brussels, going to Amsterdam, over to Paris. And so 900 people per train was the frequency. That's how many people per train, 900. So you got to clear a lot of people through those security machines, and you got to get your passport stamped and approved, because you're entering the European Union in St. Pancras, because once you're in there, you don't get out of there. You're getting on a train to go. And I thought to myself, there's no way Jennifer can stand in line for an hour and snake our way around and around and around to get up to the security area. There's no way she'll be able to stand that long. So talked to the employees there, and they said, "Oh, your wife has a disability? Oh, no problem at all. She'll get the wheelchair service." And I thought, this is just like Heathrow. And sure enough, instead of lining up 2.5 hours before our train was to leave to start the lineup game, we went right to the front of the line. There's a corner right near the end there, one little area there for the disability area. With about 1 hour and 15 minutes to go, we showed up there, and they were waiting. They said, "Yeah, wheelchair for your wife, no problem at all." And we were escorted into a little waiting area, so you got to sit down right away in a chair. Then they brought a wheelchair out for her, which was designed where you have to squeeze the handle and allow to move it. If you don't squeeze the handle, it locks. It won't go anywhere. And it can handle one of the smaller suitcases underneath the chair. Perfect. So we did that, and I got to go with her, being the husband with the bags. We were together. And within about 5 minutes, we were already at the front of the entire 1,000 person line at the radar machines, X-ray machines, getting right through that. Then from there, we were taken right to where the passport control officers are. Brought them, they just waved us right up to the front there, right through there. Within 2 minutes, we were in the waiting area inside this entire, well, the folks who just joined the line at the back of the line, or we wouldn't see them for an hour. And I'll tell you, if you just joined the line, when we went to the wheelchair area, you wouldn't be allowed on the train. You're too late. You have to be in through security with about an hour to go to get on the train. Otherwise, you've missed the train. It's that strict. So here we were, right in a waiting area where we were. Jen stayed in her right on the chair, very comfortable. I'm in a seat with our bags, and then with 20 minutes to go, the gentleman comes and gathers us up and says, "Okay, let's get you on the train." And his job is to get us onto that train. We took a special elevator to the top platform and started walking the platform. We had to walk past 9 cars to get to our car number 14. And I checked with Jennifer later. I said, "Could you have walked that entire distance from inside St. Pancras after clearing customs? Could you have walked from there to the train?" She said, "Not in one go. I would have had to have stopped 3 times, 3-4 minutes each time, just to catch my breath and let the pain subside on my hip to mount another walk. And then when I got here, I would be in excruciating pain. There's just no way." And so here we are on the chair. He's just pushing her all the way to the front of the chair. I got the bags. We're going all the way up. And Jen can get into the train, and then got our seat, which is right near the door we were at. And the gentleman helped me with our bags and put the bags in the racks. Said, "You guys are good to go. You guys have a great trip." And off he went with the chair. And we sat down, and 10 minutes later, train left the station. It was just fantastic. I'll tell you, it's a secret. It's the secret to success. When you get older and you have limited issues, I'm telling you, whether you've had a knee operation or not, a hip operation or not, you are walking with a walking stick, you have a sore hip. I mean, you're just not 100% anymore. I'm telling you right now, you do not have to prove to anyone that you've had surgery or that you have a disability thing. You can just go right up to the disability area, and there are people there waiting to get you on that train. It's just great. And it's the same at Heathrow with flights. You request a wheelchair assistance, and man, are you treated like royalty. And you go past thousands of other travelers. I mean, thousands of them, taken right to your plane, or from your plane right to where you need to go. Either you're being taken to a bus that you're catching, you're going to the underground, you're catching a train that you're catching a cab like we did in Heathrow, whichever it is. Here's a siren. Hear that? That ain't Calgary, Alberta. I'll tell you that right now. That's not Calgary, Alberta. That is Amsterdam. We're in Europe. Anyway, I'll tell you, this service was dynamite, absolutely dynamite, and it saved us. It absolutely allows Jennifer to do this trip. It really, really does. So fantastic stuff. Really happy about it all. And we're just terrific. We're just thrilled that we've been able to enjoy the trip so far to this point in time. Now, if you're a fan of this channel, and I'm sure you are because you're here, you've probably noticed the videos we've put up so far. We got the video up about the cab ride and the special assistance at Heathrow. Made a video about that. I hear another one. And we've done a video. I did a video all about the Canopy Hotel, the Hilton Hotel in London. I did a video about that, and getting around London a little bit. And then we just did a video a few days ago about the first day using our Eurorail Pass, going to Edinburgh. That was a biggie because we wanted to make sure that that pass was good, and thankfully it was. So that worked out okay. And I'll tell you, something happened here in Edinburgh the other day that I thought I'd show you. This is an event that took place that has to be documented to be believed. All of my relatives insist on photographic evidence that what I'm about to show you really happened. And well, I'll let the picture speak for itself. Here I am right here. This is in Edinburgh the other day, and that is not a Diet Coke, not a caffeine-free Diet Coke. That is a Guinness. And well, look at it. Here's the evidence right here. The relatives want to know. Yeah, Bruce is drinking beer. When in Europe, when in Edinburgh, I'm not in Ireland. I'll give you that. I'm not in Dublin, but I am drinking a Guinness beer. And Jen had an Amstel. Jennifer had an Amstel, and I had a Guinness. And well, there we are. Boy, I'll tell you, Europe. What can I tell you? Things happen in Europe you can't believe. I'll tell you that right now. And we left Edinburgh yesterday. You can see here we were leaving Edinburgh by train and saying our goodbyes. And it's a unique, really unique place. We were driving along or rolling along on the rails, and I saw this house, and I thought, look at this place, look at that. And I thought I would film this from the train. Pretty cool mansion there in the trees by the river. You can't make the train go around and do it again. You get one shot at it. You either catch it or you don't, And here we are leaving Newcastle, heading down to London. Newcastle is the 8th largest metropolitan area of the UK. And this is just leaving town. We're just out of the station, and all the bridges. That archway there, that's a big stadium. That's a huge stadium. And then here's the river with the bridges going over it, and that's pretty cool. Really stunning scenery. All the leaves are out now. Everything has gone green. Absolutely fantastic. And got to St. Pancras yesterday, and I took a few photographs. There's a statue here in the St. Pancras station. I went behind the statue and took a look at what's he looking at, and he's looking at the top of the railway station. They don't build them like this in Canada or in America. I can tell you right now, this is old school UK. I'll tell you, the industrial, the golden age. I went outside of St. Pancras. One of the you can walk all around the station. Anyway, I walked outside to one side and I filmed this. I wanted to show you just how these doors, grand doors, and then you notice that as this pans out, see how small the car is compared to the door and how small the people are. Then look at this. You just keep panning out, and you can just see how gigantic this thing is. Amazing. It was a gorgeous day yesterday in London. Absolutely beautiful. Here's this clock tower they have up here on the top of this thing. It's incredible. It is just, you don't see this in your hometown in North America. I can tell you that right now. It is just amazing. Yeah, fantastic. This is the checkout area in St. Pancras. We're getting ready to go, and people are coming about all over the place and milling about, getting ready to catch the train and stuff. And oh my God, I'm so glad we did that assist service. That was absolutely the thing to do, without a single doubt. Absolutely worth it. Anyway, we have more videos coming out on this channel. We'll have videos about our trip from Edinburgh to London to here. We've got a video about our hotel experience in Edinburgh. That was a unique place. And we're going to have a video about this hotel as well. The Amrath Hotel here in Amsterdam. Unbelievable. This building is history. This is a museum. This building is a working hotel, but we're in a museum. It's incredible. It is just unreal. We've been upgraded in our accommodations, and we have been really looked after here by the concierge. He's really taken good care of us, allowing me to be able to function here and be on the air with you. It's fantastic. So we're pretty stoked up. So this trip is unique, being that we're seniors. We're not backpackers. If we were backpackers, I'd be telling you how to save money doing this and how to cut corners doing that, and how to get the best deal doing this and doing that. That's not our style. It's not our situation. We're not backpackers. I'm not on a gap year for school. We're seniors, and one of us has a disability. And so, how do you travel Europe after the COVID shutdowns? How do you handle Europe and make it work? And that's what we're about on this trip right now. And I gotta say, the last time that Jennifer and I were in Europe um, would have been about 2015. So that's 7 years ago. And Jennifer was in far better condition at that time, even though she had a sore hip from time to time. But she didn't need a walking stick. She didn't need a wheelchair. But she now needs the assistance, and it's obvious we got to get her into that operating room to get her a new hip, and she's in the system. We're just waiting for the call, but we know it's at least a year and a half from now before we get there. So we got a ways to go. So we have to deal with what we're dealing with as it is, and we don't want to sit at home and just cross our arms and hope for a call. I mean, you got to live your life, and there's ways to travel with the position we're in, and we're taking advantage of it, and I think it's going to work out. So there you go. Thank you all for being here today. It's great to see you guys. I have a little bit of cruise news for you here and there, not too much. I can tell you that traveling in the UK, 95% of people are not wearing masks anymore. You don't have to. There are no restrictions in the UK. You can go about your business. All restaurants are operating normally. There are no taped off seats in train stations or in airports. It's back to normal. It's back to normal in the UK. Here in Amsterdam, in the hotel, the staff, no masks, none required. Everything has been lifted here. The attitude is sort of, well, if you've been inoculated and you have your vaccines, chances are, if you do catch the virus, it's not going to be too bad. If you didn't get inoculated, chances are you're going to have a tougher time, but that's to each his own. I mean, your DNA makeup versus mine, I have no idea. But you can't get in here. I can tell you that. We really, it's difficult to go anywhere without being vaccinated. You have to at least have that. But I got to tell you, we didn't have to show proof of vaccination at the train station yesterday. Anyone could have got on the train yesterday to come here. And so it's returning to normal quickly. We're all hearing these stories now about these monkeypox cases. We're hearing about those, but it's not a topic of discussion of any significance at this point that I can see here. Here it's normal. It's just normal, and I think that the UK and I think Amsterdam here, Edinburgh, they're getting ready for a very, very busy summer. There have been 2 years of people holding off going on vacations, and they're coming. They're coming. And so it is going to be very busy this summer, people traveling throughout this general region. Should be interesting to see how that goes. So thank you. Jan is here. Welcome, Bruce. Willkommen in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Thank you, Jan. Jan, thank you, my friend. Frumler, go Sophie. Brittany, hi, Bruce and all. Waiting on a call from the movers, having some issues, and hopefully they super minor with the car. My husband and I just got right on. Brittany, Kirk is in the house. Hi, Bruce Teebly family. Kirk from the Big Apple is in the house. Kirk runs his YouTube and Facebook channel. Ms. M is here. Hi, Bruce. How are you? It's great weather for our long weekend in British Columbia. Great going, you guys. I am thumbs up number 2. She says, thank you, all of you who are giving thumbs ups to this channel and this show. If you're able to hit that thumbs up button, let me know what number you are. And every time we get one of these thumbs ups, it really grows this channel's exposure on the YouTube. So thank you all for helping spread the word and throwing a thumbs up our way. I really appreciate it. The Doubting Philosopher, Gode Namdig Bruce, good afternoon. It's a pity that you only passed under Brussels. Yeah. Brittany is number 7. Hi there. Thank you, Brittany. Sandy, hello, TB family. Happy May Day in Canada. I hope you are enjoying your trip. I am number 4. Brittany, it's currently 79 degrees in Hammond, Louisiana. Rocky is number 11. Thanks, buddy, for that. Jeannie is here. Hello, Jeannie and Bill. They're watching us from East Tennessee, where it's still raining. Raining here, too. Michelle Lucas, super vacation, just back from a month in the Baltic. Welcome back, and nice to hear from you guys. Keith, hi, Bruce, from rainy Knoxville, Tennessee, where it is 69 degrees. Nikki Singleton, hello, TLB family. Greetings from Jacksonville, Florida. R and I have been in Amsterdam 6 times. It's rained every time. There you go. No dust in this town. Benway, thank you for your work. Thanks, Benway, for that. Appreciate it. Ann Rogers. Hi, Ann Rogers. Hi, Bruce, Ann, and Brent. Ancaster, Ontario. Temperature 15 Celsius and sunny. Your trip sounds amazing. It has been really cool. Sabine, hello, Bruce. We enjoy your videos very much. I was told the Eurorail Pass is only available for people outside Europe. Enjoy your trip. Yes, there are 2 kinds of passes. If you're from outside of Europe, you can get the Eurorail Pass. If you're from outside, if you're within Europe, you can get the Europe Rail. What's it called? The Rail Pass. There's a Rail Pass you can get as well, and you can get deals. And then there are country passes. So there's ways to get these deals. Kirk, hi, Bruce. Kirk from the Big Apple in the house. Jerry, Nick, enjoy your travels. Thanks, Jerry. Brendan, hey, Bruce, have you been on the NCL Escape? Have any tips for it? Haven't been on the Escape. I've been on the Norwegian Epic. Been on the Norwegian Jade. From what I understand, the Escape, a much newer ship, high tech, or room access and everything else, and a really nice spa area. The one thing that Norwegian has going for it over some of the other cruise lines is they have concentrated heavily on spa facilities. And I tell you, whenever I'm on a Norwegian ship, I buy a spa pass, whether it's part of my room, whether I get a spa room with the package already built in, or I buy the spa pass as a separate add-on. I don't miss it. I absolutely, for sure, get my hands on the spa pass because, number one, no kids. Number one, no children under 16 allowed in there. That's number one for me because I don't want to be in the I don't want to be in a scenario where I'm on the pool deck and all the racket going on. I want to relax. Number two, the shower facilities in these spas are huge compared to the shower in your room. No comparison. I've been on 7 cruises with Jen now, and I have not yet taken a shower in my cabin ever. I only ever take the showers that I need to take in the spa areas of the cruise ships, and I'll take my shaver with me. I'll whatever I need, I'll take with me. But usually they're so complete that all you need is your shaver, and they've got the soaps there, they've got the conditioners, the towels, everything you need, and you're good to go. You got your hair conditioner, shampoo, everything. Fantastic. I love it. So if you're going to get on the Escape, I think you're going to like it, but make sure to get a spa pass. Sandy, welcome to the joys of TRA Eglinton with a disability. I learned this a long time ago. It is great. Enco, Dutch Fire Brigade. That's what it was. Yeah. Stephen, benefits of gray hair. If you ask for help, folks are quick to give it. People are nice. There you are. Brittany, my husband, had no issues with getting me a wheelchair for each day we went to Disney Springs. They didn't even ask why a wheelchair was needed. They didn't want to even ask. Nikki, the glass is still full. How do we really know? Johnny Martin, how you doing? Hi, Bruce. Thanks for the information. I'm watching from Tampa, Florida. It's good to know this info. Happy travels. Thank you. Ship to shore cruise news. Did it appear to touch the lips? That might be proof enough. Jim Thomas, hey, buddy, see you are drinking on a job. Laugh out, have a blast. Only live once. Brittany, Bruce, it looks like you and Jen are having a fantastic time. Jen, Jan, heard from Dawn that they have to wear mouth masks again at the Rotterdam for Holland America on the ship. He boarded yesterday, and I tell you, the news I keep getting again and again and again. I see story after story after story that these cruise ships they're doing these tests on board, and every time it seems like every cruise more people are coming up positive, and it depends on where the ships go and what port and where you're visiting. It's either a big deal or it's not. I know coming to Canada, it's a big deal. I mean, if a cruise ship arrives in Canada with 120 cases of the virus, it's a big to do. And I'm just not ready to go on a cruise right now where I have to wear a mask all the time in public areas. I just don't want to have to be in that environment. And so, being here in Edinburgh and London, it's been great. Just be normal, be yourself, and just don't be stupid about it, I guess, is the other thing. But what are you gonna do? SK Toe, thank you for the number 56 thumbs up. Zed, hi Bruce, I'm 33, waiting for the bells to ring. Camille, hi from Florida. Welcome, Brittany. My husband and I are planning on him going to Pensacola and getting our keys for our new apartment tonight. He may have to get a rental car to do it. I hope it all works out, Brittany. I'm sure it will. John Anderson, hi everybody. Hi John. Karen is here. Hi Bruce from Killdeer, Illinois. Temperature's 56 degrees, cool and sunny. Following your trip closely as I had my hip replaced last year. Right on. Sabine is here. Your college, Dawn entered. Your colleague, Dawn, entered the Hall of America Rotterdam in Amsterdam yesterday. They have again to wear masks, mandatory. Amsterdam is pretty crowded since the easing of the protocols. I have family there. Yep, indeed. Brittany saying, we just don't know what day the moves are coming yet, and that is the call my husband waiting to get. I hope this works out. Steamer, how you doing, Steam and Beam? I had the C Pass, the something pass on the Anthem, and I love the Spa Pass. I had the Spa Pass on the Anthem, and I loved it. Fantastic. And on the Escape, and I loved it. Brittany, planning on sending him with a load of stuff. Steamer, loved the Spa on the Anthem of the Seas. Right on, man. Right on. I really enjoyed the Spa on board the Epic, the Norwegian Epic. When Jen and I were on the Epic, this was in 2015, so 7 years ago. The ship was probably 5 years old at the time, something like that. And the Spa was at the back of the ship, way up high. And at that time, they had a balcony area reserved with the loungers. And so you could just go out there and lay down in a lounger and just watch the sea pass away. We were like, 15 stories up off the surface. It was huge, a fantastic view. Inside the Spa, they had the huge jacuzzi pool with little I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know how to say it. Little areas where you could just hang on to these steel bars, and you get pummeled on all sides. Then at the end of the pool, they had these steel bars that were like 6 inches below the water line, and you could lie down on these steel bars and just half float and half not float, and the bubbles were coming from underneath you. It was just invigorating. It was wonderful. And they had the steam rooms and the saunas that anyone could go into, the adults could go into, and then they had the men's side and the women's side, where they had the steam rooms for the men's and only the women's side, the saunas for men's and women's only. You could go in there. I loved it. I went in there every day. I was in there, sometimes in there twice a day. I'd be in the morning and I'd be in the latter part of the afternoon, enjoying the spa numerous times. I would say out of the 7-day cruise that we were on, I probably used the spa 10 times in 7 days. And for me, it's a big deal. It is a huge deal to come off of a cruise relaxed, because that's the point for me to be on a cruise. I am there to unwind, and I don't have to worry about making up my room. I don't have to do dishes. I don't have to worry about making any food to eat. I don't have to worry about where to go and eat. I don't have to worry about unpacking all the time. I'm using the spa all the time. I really enjoy the cruising, but I want it to be more of a normal, non-mask experience before I go back on cruises. So I have to wait it out. That's all there is to it. Loved it. How long was the train ride from London to Edinburgh? Oh, Edinburgh. It's about the train we took was with the LNER, London Railroad, Northern Railway. It was about 4 hours or so. We found that going up, we stopped about 10 times for like a minute or two at a time. What I found interesting about this train in both directions, I think we only stopped 5 times on the way back, by the way. You come to a railway station and it slowly comes to a stop, and they quickly announce, welcome to Newcastle, whatever. And people are getting off and people are getting on. But about 2-3 minutes later, we're moving again. And it's not like a subway car. If you've ever been on a subway, you'll notice that how a subway can go right up to 50 miles an hour real fast. The train doesn't quite do that because these trains are heavier in reality. They're heavier rail. But being electric, these guys get up to 80, 100 miles an hour. Before you know it, you're back to 100 miles an hour. It's really amazing. Smooth. It's deceptive how smooth they are, how quick they are. But yeah, it was about 4 hours, 15 minutes. And, we leave London and within about, I would say, not even 15 minutes, there were the two hosts coming along with the beverage cart, just like on an airplane. They're coming with the beverage cart. Since we're in first class, it's all complimentary. So what would you like to have? We left at 9:30 in the morning to go to Edinburgh, and 9:30 yesterday to come out of Edinburgh. And so, coffee, tea, juice, water, whatever. But by 11 in the morning, when they're coming by, beer, wine, soda, coffee, into the trip, if that breakfast, they had breakfast, and they had a menu. You could pick 7 or 8 different items, pick whatever you wanted, which is fine. And like I said, they just always do something. The first 30, 40 minutes leaving the station was just go. We're just no stop. And so you had your beverage, and you're just looking at the window, and the Wi-Fi is provided. So I'm on my phone. I can play solitaire, or I can check my emails, or I can send an email or text message, whatever. It's pretty reliable. Really, really great ride. Really, and beautiful. Yeah, really beautiful. I found anyway. Cloud 7 Travel. Hi, Bruce. I hope you are enjoying your time in Europe. It's 15 degrees here in Calgary, and we'll warm up to 20 today. Going to be an epic week. Oh, my gosh. Camille, 86 and sunny in North Florida. Been to Amsterdam in the summer. Always perfect. 73 to 77 degrees. Same exactly. The Hague, Rotterdam, Heemstede, Haarlem. Seaside Beach Casino Resort of Zandvoort. Fantastic. The Dutch flag right on. Keith, buffering. Yeah, the ride from London to Edinburgh, great. The ride from London to here, of course, the first 35 minutes is you're above ground in the UK, and then you're in the tunnel for about 22, 25 minutes. And then you come out of the tunnel and you're in France, and it's beautiful. We left, like I said, 6, and the first 2 hours was daylight, and then nighttime, and the last hour and a half was in the dark. Obviously. But yeah, it didn't last long though, says Keith. Didn't last long though. So I found it interesting. Same thing with the Eurostar. We had a regular meal, just like on an airplane, with real dishes, knives and forks and cutlery. So that was nice. They came by with beverages, no problem, refills. Later in the evening, they came by with chocolate or wine or soda or coffee or tea, just whatever. No problem at all included in the first class fare, which again, I love about this Eurorail Pass. This Eurorail Pass we have is a first class pass. And so we find that in our train car, we find that they seem to divide them in half. They have kind of a door in the halfway point of these cars. So you have one seat on one side, two on the other, and there's only like 30 people in our section. And then there's a divide, and then there's another 30 in the next section. And then there's a car, and you go into the next car, it's a second class car. And you've got 2 and 2. You got kids screaming. You got moms trying to control the children. It's a mayhem, and you just don't want to be there. Don't want to be there. And come back in the first class section, calm, quiet, serene, classy, roomy. When you get this age, this is what you're looking for. You just want to avoid the mayhem. Absolutely. Larry is here. Larry Finkel. Larry from Sun City, Arizona here. Cool. It's down to 97 degrees. Right on, buddy. Under 100. Yeah, that is cooling for you. Right on. Welcome to the show and channel. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, all of you who are doing the thumbs up thing for us today. If you're able to give us a thumbs ups today, I cannot thank you enough for this. We do appreciate it very much. Every thumbs ups we get here is another indicator over at YouTube to tell YouTube to get more people to follow the channel. And we thank you. I do thank you very much for those of you who are hitting the thumbs ups for us. We now have 50 thumbs ups that are already here. Let me know what number you are if you're hitting that button, if you don't mind. That'd be great. I see 50 at least have come through now. And I do thank you very, very much. Keith, I was number 49, buddy. I was there for you. Thanks, guys. I know that a lot of you watch this show on the reruns. Nowadays, being in Europe, I'm so far ahead of North America that I can't do the show in the evening North American time. It would be 3 a.m. here. And so we're on a lot earlier than people are used to with this live show. So I know a lot of my viewers will catch this show on the rerun, and you always give me thumbs ups, and you send me a message and say, Bruce, I hit the thumbs up button. I'm number 84. I'm 87. I'm 105. You guys are great, and thank you for that. By the way, if you do make a comment on this show or any video I make and you hit the thumbs up button as well, you are helping my channel immeasurably. The interaction between host and viewer is everything. It's what YouTube wants to know. They want to know, does this host have any connection with his viewers, or is he just a stiff? It's a big difference maker. I thank you all for your comments and your thumbs ups and your encouragement. It's great. I appreciate it. Right. Larry, totally agree on that first class on the train. There's no question. The difference is night and day. Jennifer's in the wheelchair. I'm behind her, and we're passing car after car after car that is second class seating. And there's lineups for people to get into the car. They all have bags everywhere. The racks on top of the seats are stuffed. The baggage racks are stuffed. There's bags all over the place. I mean, it's just insanity. When it's full, it's insanity. When it's empty, room for everybody. But certain trains, it is nuts. And so going first class, you get this extra space and this extra serene atmosphere that it's hard to describe, but it's just a calmness that is there. It just works. And I would never go the other direction. No way. Teresa, number 52. Thank you, Teresa Barber. Thank you. Larry, number 48. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Now, as far as cruise news goes, I have a little here, little there. I read today something about the Cayman Islands. Apparently, the government of the Cayman Islands has made some kind of, they're trying to make some kind of an agreement with various cruise lines like Disney, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, and all of their spin-off lines that they have. And they're trying to, they're going to allow more cruise ships to the island. But it sounds like rather than go with the volume deal like it used to be, where they would have 5 or 6 or 7 ships in one day sitting a quarter mile off the shore with the tenders coming and going, I think what they're doing now is they're trying to arrange some kind of a deal where they're trying to encourage, the government is trying to encourage cruise lines, bring your passengers here and have them do more than what they've been doing in the past. In the past, if you've ever been to the Cayman Islands, likely you've gone on a bus tour, like a little mini bus. You might have gone to the turtle farm if you have kids. You've gone to a place called Hell, which is just a geological formation that's interesting to see, and they have a post office there, and you can send a postcard. Or you've gone to Stingray City. You've taken a minibus, and you've gone to a little harbor area where you get on a boat, and there'd be like, I don't know, there might be like 10 or 15 of them going out into this area of this harbor, and they all in a circle. All these ships are in a circle, and then people jump in the water, and it's like 3 to 5 feet high, 4 feet high, and the kids have life jackets on, and then you're swimming about where the stingrays are, and the guys who are on the boat, they jump in with you, and then a couple of guys will hold up a stingray for you, and you can touch it and stuff. The island wanted to enhance the experience beyond that, and what a lot of folks do in the Caymans though is they've been just getting off the ship. They walk around downtown a little bit, go to a couple souvenir shops, maybe maybe get a coffee or a beer or something. Some of the folks would go to 7 Mile Beach, which is the public beach area, and others would go to some of the resorts that they might have that some of the cruise lines might have an agreement with, where you could spend time at a resort hotel and use their pool and use the beach in front of that and all that. What the island is trying to do now is trying to enhance more engagement with people, and they're negotiating with the cruise lines, from the sounds of it, to have the ship stay longer. Come on in at get there at 7 in the morning and let people get off the ship at 8 or 9. And now I think they're trying to get people to do more cultural things on the island. And I guess they probably, the government of the island has probably had consultations with the locals. And they have some museums on the island. I think they're trying to get traffic to those, which helps fund them, because right now they're funded by, visitors who happen to pop by. And I think they're trying to get some kind of a culinary thing going. They're trying to get some kind of a specialty culinary thing going. And I'm not sure how well this is going to work, because the reality is, I get off a cruise ship for 4 hours, go to the island, let's say, tool around a little bit, get on the tender back to my ship. Guess where I'm going? I'm going to the buffet. I got food on that ship waiting for me, whatever I want. My idea of having a bite to eat on the island and paying island prices is not in my top 10 list. It's not there. because to have a burger and fries and a beer on a beachfront restaurant in the Cayman Islands per person with tip, you're talking $30 each. Why would I drop $60 for my wife and I to have a burger and fries and a beer when we can go on the ship over here and the burger and the fries are included and the beer is negotiable, whether we have a drink package or whether we buy one or not. This is where I'm not sure how this is going to go. Now, if it's a specialty, they're talking about specialty dining, local fare, and that kind of thing. So, what they might be trying to arrange is sort of a scenario where the ships get there, and instead of leaving at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, they might be there longer. Or there might be discussion where the ship might stay overnight just offshore. So you're on the island from 9 until 3 or 4, and you go back to your ship, and then the next day you get off again and do something else. I'm not sure how this is going to work, because in the past, the island has been they've had a kind of a war here prior to COVID. There was a war going on between the government of the day, which was heavily influenced by the business people there. They were trying to build a gigantic concrete pier that was going to hold Oasis class ships of 6,000 passengers each, at least 2 at a time every day. And they were trying to attract, this is before COVID, they were trying to attract 20,000 passengers a day to the island. The locals were having none of it. Many of the locals were up in arms about this whole thing, going, no damn way are we signing up for this. No way are we wanting this. And so there was a lot of that going on. We'll see what happens here. Maybe they're trying to get higher quality visitations, because this has been the big beef about cruise ship passengers. If you fly into the Cayman Islands, you and your wife, and let's say you bring your kids or you don't, you're down for a honeymoon, let's say. The folks are staying at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel on 7 Mile Beach. They're staying at the Westin. They're staying at the Marriott Resort. And we're talking $300 to $800 a night per room, plus meals, plus toys in the beach. You want to Sea-Doo, you pay for that. You want to go fishing, you pay for that. You want to go to Stingray City, you pay for that. You want a car, you're renting a car, you're paying for that. It's a fortune. If you want to be 2 weeks on the island in a 5-star setting, you're going to be spending $1,000 a day per couple for sure. US, 14 grand, no way around it. It is extremely expensive. It's nice, but it isn't cheap. Cruise ship passengers come in the morning, leave in the afternoon, and they drop $20-$30 each. The island charges the cruise lines, I think, $10 to $15 a passenger as a kind of a head tax to allow them on the island. So the government gets more money from the head tax than the merchants make from the people. Now, if you go on a Stingray City tour, you're booking that through the cruise line. The cruise line is getting 40 to 60% of that amount of money as their commission, and only 40% of the money goes to the operator of the Stingray City tour. These guys are making $8 to $10 a person. That's it. And that's why these boats are crammed with 150 people or 80 people, whatever the number is. It's a huge number per. It's not a fun experience, at least in my opinion, not a fun experience. But to get people to spend more on the island, you've got to offer more. And I think they've been trying to come up with ways to, how can we enhance the visit of these people to get more out of them when they're here? Because to buy a T-shirt, they're not going to buy a $35 T-shirt. I mean, why would they spend that kind of money? That's ridiculous. They want a $10 T-shirt. That's it. A postcard at the Hell Post Office, whoop-de-doo. I mean, what are you going to get? $2 a card plus postage? I mean, you're not getting hundreds of dollars per person. Whereas when they stay for the week or 10 days or 2 weeks, it's $1,000 a day. There's profit in them there hills for the island. Way more money from a couple flying in, spending 2 weeks, and leaving than having thousands of passengers come in for 5, 6 hours. And it's mayhem during those days. So, every day these cruise ships come in, it's chaos down at the port downtown. It's chaos on the roads. Taxi cabs everywhere, scrambling to get rides. Minibuses all over the place. The stench of diesel everywhere from these vehicles, because they're not using electrically powered vehicles on this tiny little island. They're using diesel powered cars and minivans and stuff. So it's noisy, it's smelly, it's not fun. I mean, it's just not. There's certain parts of it that just aren't great. So we'll see how it all works out. Anyway, that's the Cayman Island news that I read today, and having lived there, I can tell you firsthand what it's really like if you're a local. You don't like it. As a local, I didn't like it because I had to work at one end of the island. I lived at the other end of the island. Our daughter went to a private school over here, and Jennifer was driving the vehicle. We only had one car. And so Jen would drop me off at work and then have to get Jennifer Jr. to and from school, get me to and from work. And we're dealing with rush hour in the morning, cruise passengers coming in the afternoon, they're all getting out, and you can't avoid the downtown and the traffic. It was not fun. It was cute for the first week, but the next year and a half wasn't fun at all. And I can see just down here. I don't think so. Let's see how it all works. How all that falls into place. Here we are, Camille. My experience with the first class on European trains, as well as first class sleeping cabins, has always been terrific in France, Italy, etc. Food, terrific, not terrific. Keith, we get off the ship in Grand Cayman, buy some rum cakes, and head back to the ship. Pretty much, they've got the best ones they've had there. Ms. M, as a teacher nearing retirement, first class sounds just like the ticket. It isn't that much more. It's worth every penny. First class skiers are worth it. I save money in a way, like buying a baguette and something cold cuts, cheese, and sitting on a park bench on the street eating lunch. Yes, exactly. No more cruises during spring break either. Exactly. First class super train berth, save money other ways. Camille, tip, American Express you and say time knows about last minute sleeping cars first thing in the summer and get your reservation. Typos again, should have typed American Express in Rome. Last minute. First class sleeper rooms added in summer by government trained people. Teresa, for me, the vacation is the cruise. We went on a 10-day cruise last Christmas, didn't even get off on any of the ports of call. There you go. The holiday is the ship itself. Yeah. HA's Travel Adventures. I really like Green. Came and we went really green. Went to Stringer City, went to the rum cake factory, Seven Beach also, went on Seven Beach also, walked downtown, had a wonderful time there. It can be a very pleasurable experience, but it can also be mayhem depending on how many others are with you or, how many other ships. Bruce enjoys the stay in the Netherlands and Europe. I hope you enjoy it, says Jan. I hope the weather gets better than Europe is very beautiful. Thank you, Jan, very much. Well, the beauty of it is we're not here for one night. We're here until mid-July for the whole continent, and we're going to end up in Switzerland. We're really looking forward to this whole experience. The only other news I have for you is that cruise lines are announcing constantly that they're running low on staff. They're having difficulty getting staff. This is common. I noticed yesterday in London, we noticed that there were announcements in the train station, King's Cross. Trains were being canceled. There were announcements coming out that, a train leaving in an hour to so-and-so, canceled. Not enough engineers. Couldn't find engineers to run the train. So they booked people on the next train and doubled them up instead. They're doing that constantly in the UK at the train stations. And then there's, people, jobs everywhere. There's jobs available everywhere in the service trade, having trouble finding people to take on these gigs. It's really something. So I can imagine that the cruise lines are having issues with qualified staff as well with the pandemic. It's an absolute, one thing after another after another. AJ's, when do you think they'll get rid of the vaccinations? Oh gosh, uh, I have no idea. I think right now it's the booster number 2. Jen and I are a couple months away from getting our 4th shot. We know of people who are now getting their 4th. So as long as they offer them, we're going to get them without a doubt. If I'm going to get this virus, I'd rather be inoculated and fight it rather than not. Stephen, I would think excursions off the ship would be stressful, being sure one is back on time, etc. I just as soon stay on the ship and enjoy what the ship has to offer, enjoy the view from the ship. I agree. There's certain spots I don't bother getting off the ship. For example, I'll go to Mexico with Jen. In the past, we would be in Cabo San Lucas. You have to tender, and I just don't want to tender. So I just stay on the ship. I enjoy the spa. There's nobody there. It's fantastic. I love the peace and quiet. Just love that. Where, if we can walk off the ship and walk back on the ship, okay, then maybe I'll go. It all depends on the weather and what we have in mind. I agree. Quick hello from Sharon. I'm catching up from the weekend, but wanted to check in. We were in Boston for our son's graduation. He was the valedictorian of Boston University School of Law class 2022. Well done, Mom and Dad. Yeah, there's congratulations for the student, but there's also congratulations to Mom and Dad. That is a lifetime of commitment to the lad, and it's paying off, and that is beautiful. Congratulations to all of you. Ms. M, love 7 Mile Beach, Bruce. Grab the shuttle, pay to get in, and it's great. Yeah, 7 Mile Beach is fantastic in Grand Cayman. It's beautiful. I love walking it. Absolutely love it. AJ's, I already have my 4th booster shot. Right on, buddy. Well done. You're ahead of me. Way to go, man. Yeah, we're looking forward to our 4th when we get back to Canada. Probably in August, we'll get ours. Sharon, thanks, Bruce. We're crazy proud of the kid, and you should be. That's beautiful. That is beautiful stuff. Yeah, it's great. It is great. Fantastic. That's wonderful. Folks, I'm going to shut this show down right here, and I'm going to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here today. I want to say thank you to those of you who have hit the thumbs up button for me today. 63 of you have come through for me to hit the thumbs up button. There's only 50, 80 here right now, which means people have come and gone. They've hit the thumbs up button. They're still coming in. Thank you very much for this, and thank you for all your support. I promise you, we were going to keep videos coming your way on this channel. Check out the last 3 or 4 videos we've done about this trip. We started with the London airport experience, landing at Heathrow, and we've now made, I think, 3 videos or so, and we're now getting ready for more. So we're going to keep videos coming. We'll see you next Monday from Hamburg. It'll be Hamburg, Germany, I believe, which is Memorial Day for you guys in the U.S. But thank you all for your support and your thumbs ups and encouragement, your kind words. So appreciated. Thank you, guys. And we will see you next week from Hamburg. We got so much more to see here. AJ, we're going on the Encore from Norwegian. What do you think about that ship? Going to Alaska. Oh, I hear nothing but good things about that ship. AJ, you're going to love it. Make sure to get the spa pass. Make sure. Sharon, glad I made it on time. Enjoy your travels and have a great week. Thanks, Sharon. You betcha. And the Brittany, great show, Bruce. Thank you. Still waiting on that call. Nikki, bye, everybody. You guys have a great week. Stay healthy for me. We'll do the best we can here. We'll keep you posted on how it's going. And we'll just keep right on traveling and right on producing videos. And we'll be on next Monday for more updates live right here on TWB. Thank you all so much for seeing me today. And Jen and I wish you all the best until next week. Wow, congrats, Sharon. Congrats, Sharon, to you and your son and your husband and your son. The whole family, the whole damn family. Fantastic stuff. That is really cool. That is really cool. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. But to keep your eyes open the next couple of days, videos are coming your way. And we'll keep you posted on how it's going right here from Edinburgh to London, now to Amsterdam and beyond. All right. We'll see you later, everybody. Thanks. Bye for now.